I don't know if it was still taping, so I started it up again. I don't know. It apparently has this little timeout feature on it. So this is where the sidewalk is tore up from the digging for the gas line down here. If the traffic's slow enough, I can kind of walk around. Sometimes people don't see you, though. That's the problem. I think maybe I could get in this alley and then go back around. They don't anticipate anybody in their path when they're driving. It's funny, I always anticipate somebody in my path. I even swerve for squirrels that might be a toddler. The squirrels are practice. Yeah, I think I can get through here without taking a hitter. Try not to pick up any of the seed they got down. Somebody came and cut away all the dandelions. There used to be just a whole bunch here. I took pictures of them. There's a few still trying. Feels like it's going to do a thunderstorm thing. But then you never know, we might be on the edge of it or some such. Definitely is heavy in the air today. Kind of humid, I think. Glad to be out though. It's always nice to walk outside. There's the birdies. Been working on my can-do lifestyle, healthy lifestyle paperwork and figuring out my next journal post. That was hard. It's hard to remember loved ones on Memorial Day, but it's good for you. It somehow releases something that you didn't know you had pinned up. So I'll be sharing that. I did a video log of it. Actually, audio log. I didn't have the video turned on. And then I'm going to type it up and put it on my After 50 blog. And I also did a audio log of the book review for the American Eras, so I'm hoping to type that up too. Get everything done before bedtime. Made a roast today. So that's cooling. Had to wait for it to finish before I went out, and then I could turn the oven off and let it cool. Be ready to cut when I get home for supper. Our third meal of the day. See, this is bad weather. Look over there. It's raining not far in over there. You can see down that way. Because there's streaks. That's my great Uncle Harvey used to always tell me that, and it's raining when it streaks like that. And then here you get a little clearing. Dairy Queen's doing a good business. My grandpa used to love to get those slush slushy things, but then you'd get the headache after. My grandma, she liked her ice cream. Hopefully it's a whole supper for $13. I can't remember when they were a lot cheaper at the Dairy Queen. Of course, you didn't buy a meal there, mostly just hot dogs then, I think. You just went for a dessert when it was hot out. A lot of places didn't have air conditioning then. And Grandpa, he had window ones, but he hated to use them. Run up the electric bill. Got mine running today though. I try not to get it any higher than 74, lower, because it just gets kind of cold then in comparison to being outside. 74 is a nice day anyway. It's just when it gets in the 80s and humid that it can get kind of bad. Especially now, I can see how still it is. The flag's not moving at all. And this is autumn woods from the side. My building's way around, so I get all this cushion here for noise block. I never hear hardly any of the traffic unless they get a really loud muffler. Because these guys here, they must hear that on this end, because and there's 2 levels. There's apartments on this side, and then I think there's apartments on the other side. So I don't really know about how they fit people behind mine. I have a bungalow, mine's on the front, but then there's apartments behind mine. So I'm not sure how they can work it all out, because I only looked at bungalows because I wanted a washer dryer in my unit, which I'm happy to have. Dishwasher's okay. I mostly run that just so it doesn't get bad. So you don't run those like once a week or something. It's bad for them, I guess. So sometimes I just run it with some vinegar once a month, and then the other times I run it with soap if I don't have anything much to put in there. I try to keep up with the dishes as I go. See how quiet they are? Sentinels of freedom. It was a little windy earlier, so it's really got quiet now. And then everybody's got their air conditioning going. Hope we don't lose power. God willing, we won't. So now we're coming to the court, which is a little nicer in the courtyard. It's quieter. Although today it's not too quiet, too noisy anywhere. Most people must be staying home. They're not driving anyway. Or not anymore. Maybe they're getting ready for work tomorrow. And I watered my flowers this morning. And I always say good morning, and then tonight I'll say good night to them. So it's really only a little after 6 p.m., so it's pretty dark for that time period. Usually doesn't get dark till 8:45 nowadays. There's the pretty flowers. Now we're coming around. That's the fountain. On that little fountain, that's the one that creates the little waterfall Oh, here's a duck under there. Not got too good a footing underneath the tree. I guess they weren't expecting me showing up. Yeah, some unmated ones, I think. Finches. I guess you can hear the air conditioners in here, but when I got mine running, I don't hear those because I'm not outside anymore. Pretty well insulated with the windows shut. There's the flag out by their flower boxes. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. There, in there, yeah. And then that flag is like mine. I don't know if Autumn Woods owns it or the person living in there. I took mine in just to be safe in case it started raining while I was out. It's a fountain and then birds and the ducks over there. I don't see the babies right now. They might be hiding. That's my place up there. And you can still see the white flowers. They're kind of showing up even from this distance. They're the tallest ones growing so far. And then that lady has a hanging basket. She's out reading. Gonna read this afternoon after I get my typing done. That's why I like audiobooks so much, because I don't have to just sit to listen to them. I can be doing stuff and listen to them. Did listen to my meditation one today, which I'm glad for. Always helps me get grounded. It's I call it my mind stabilizer. It's the analogy he uses is like there's this, think about it like a ship that they just haul freight on, freighter they call them, I think, versus here's some more ducks, versus one that people use, like the Queen Mary, what do they call that, luxury liner. And he said the only difference between them is the, oh, I think she doesn't like me being over here. Oh, look at, there's a finch. You see him? It's a yellow finch. He's getting a drink, I think. There must be babies or eggs around here because they're acting like I'm gonna steal the prize. I don't know if you can see him. He was getting a drink. Just saw a goldfinch. Hi. Fine, thanks. And then this. And then we come around the corner. Oh, that's my alarm. I'm done walking now. Keep moving because I got typing to do and I don't want to overwalk tonight. I did extra last night, so maybe I'll leave him alone here. Agitated. Oh, there's the babies. That's probably why. There's probably babies around here sleeping or something. She was worried I was going to get over there in their nest area. I'll stay on the sidewalk, Mrs. Duck. So baby's out. Back home again. There's another flag up there. time for me to call it a night, at least for the outside world. I'll be doing my bike and the steps and the arms yet, but outside walk is done anyway. Have a good night. Talk to you later.